is here and on time. So full grouping is here. Commissioners are present. Ryan, is there any additions or changes to the agenda?
No.
We will
To approve.
There's a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Unsticker will second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Ryan, can you take the roll?
Dave Price. Rick Miller. Rick Miller. Ian Fitson. Aye. John Libbert. Aye. Kurt Hunsinger. Aye. Motion passed.
That passes unanimously. Then the next item is the consent agenda, items 5 through 8. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Motion. Dave Price.
Aye.
Ian Fitson. Rick Miller. Aye. Kurt Hunsinger. Aye. John Libbert. Aye. Motion passes.
Okay, that passes unanimously. I assume there's nobody here for the open forum, but I don't assume. Anyone online that's here for the open forum?
This is Kim.
Yeah, all right, Kim, go ahead.
Okay, I gotta adjust my volume. Please tell me if it's too loud.
Oh, it's
My volume
perfect.
okay?
Sounds fine.
I don't see any COVID-19 update on the agenda, and I would like to see one. And I also have a message or concern for both the board and the bus commission. So it's a little bit of dual role, or you could say triple role. The things that you do for your regular job and some of the boards that you sit on, and also Metrobus. There are a lot of people that are working in an interagency manner across the state, including transportation. And we do not have a regional transportation coordinating council in our area. Durham did not vote to become one, so we are left without one. We are the only area other than Rochester that does not have this. I am not seeing a lot of transportation stakeholders from our area showing up at an important meeting. They do come to some, but not to some important ones, and I'd like to see the board members and also the commission interact more with a lot of the interagency and statewide transportation and other efforts, because the people and the cities and the counties and many businesses and nonprofits depend on us having good transportation coordination. So I would like you and all that the roles that you have to really get out there, especially outside the St. Cloud area, and interact with these different people, especially asking that people come virtually, of course. The Minnesota Council on Transportation Access and other interagency transportation meetings. It's very noticeable when people are not there, and it would make things work so much better for many people. And of course, save money and help save lives. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kim. Anyone else for the open forum? All right, then we will. Ryan, if you just at the end of the under the general business, under announcements for normally where your report would, if you could just give a little brief COVID-19 update as to what's happening from Metrobus, if that's not already under your general, that would be helpful then to answer Kim's question. But now let's move on to item number 9.
Mr. Chair, Commissioners, this is the renewal of our services agreement.
Now, maybe everybody could maybe just mute except the speaker. I'm just getting a lot of feedback. I don't know if you're all getting that feedback. It's real hard to hear. So if everybody could mute except for the speaker, that would be great. And I will mute and then turn it back over.
Okay. All right. My apologies. Okay. This Student Transportation Services Agreement is our annual renewal with the District 742. The body of the agenda memorandum pretty much speaks for itself. We're trying to keep as many revenue dollars coming into our bank as we can under the circumstances. So basically, we're just asking for a approval to renew this contract for another academic school year for the 2020-2021 academic school year.
Is there a motion to approve?
Keller moves to approve.
Hunstinger, second.
Okay, Ryan, take the roll.
Dave Price. Kurt Hunstinger. Aye. Ryan Kitson. Aye. Rick Miller. John Leverick.
Aye.
Motion passes.
All right, that passes unanimously. Item number 10, Resolution 2020-03, award of automated fare collection system.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. Steve Williams here. Can you hear me okay? Yep, okay. So this is a project for the replacement of our existing fare collection system, which has exceeded its useful life. Our capital improvement plan currently has $1.85 million set aside with 80% federal and state and 20% local share match. Metrobus did a nationally advertised RFP, and we received a response from GenFair in the amount of $1.63 million for a 5-year contract. The information, including the contract, was in your commission packet, and I'm just looking for approval for the fare collection system, and I'm wondering if there are any questions.
Let's have a motion first and see if there are any questions. Is there a motion?
Kurt moves.
Second. Dave Price. Sorry.
No, just see if there's any discussion. For any discussion or question? Seeing none, go ahead, Ryan, take the roll.
Dave Price.
Aye.
Rick Miller.
Aye.
Ryan Kitson.
Aye.
Kurt Hunstinger.
Aye.
John Leverick. John Leverick.
Passes unanimous.
You're muted, John.
Did you get John in there?
No, still waiting on John. John Leverick.
Looks like he's abstaining. He's not.
You gotta push that. You there, John?
He's still on mute.
Okay. John, can you hear us? Can't see him either. There you go. How do you vote?
He's still on mute.
Well,
John has left the meeting.
all right. Well, then we will. Is there anyone opposed? Seeing none, that passes unanimously with one mute. I don't know how to record that, but it's recorded anyway. So. All right, go to item number 11, trench drain replacement project.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. Dave Green, Chief Operations Officer here. What's before you is a request to approve a contract with K. Johnson Construction for the trench drain replacement contract. We have approximately $230,000 set aside in the capital improvement plan for the replacement of the trench drain in the fixer-up garage, as well as the dial-a-ride garage, and repair of a low area between the two garages. Request for proposal was published on April 14th. There were 4 responses, and a public opening occurred at the Operations Center on May 13th, with K. Johnson Construction coming in with the lowest bid at $229,670. So I'm requesting for approval of the resolution to enter into a contract with K. Johnson Construction for the trench drain replacement project.
Motion to approve. Okay, motion to approve.
Motion.
Second?
I second, Libbert.
There you go, John.
Sorry, I'm on the top of a mountain in Wyoming, so
Oh,
in and out reception.
right. Ryan, want to take the roll? Or first of all, any discussion? Seeing none, or hearing none, Ryan, take the roll, please.
John Libbert,
Aye.
Dave Kleis,
Aye.
Rick Miller,
Aye.
Kurt Hunsinger,
Aye.
Ryan Fitzum.
Aye.
All right, that passes unanimously. Ryan, you want to give an update, a brief update on what the Metrobus is doing as it relates to COVID-19?
Yeah, sure. I actually have 2 things for you, Commissioners. I'll start with the COVID-19 update. The COVID-19 pandemic presents an unprecedented challenge to our region. Workers whose jobs require regular engagement with the public may be at increased risk of COVID-19 exposure. The number of COVID-positive patients in our service area continues to increase. At Metrobus, we continue to clean our buses daily, we continue to clean our facilities daily, and we also continue to have in place rear door boarding and non-collection of fares. Governor Tim Walz's emergency executive order, updated on May 13th, order number 20-54, focuses on protecting workers from unsafe working conditions. At Metrobus, we are committed to enhancing the safety of our employees and customers, and to that end, we are evaluating ways on how we can continue to protect our employees and limit the spread of COVID-19. And as such, we are working with our vendors right now to install protective shields across our fleet. We are working with New Flyer right now on a design concept. They shall have a design concept ready for our review later on this week. And at that time, we will make a decision on moving forward. Well, the decision will be to move forward, but we're just waiting on New Flyer to give us the rendering of the design. The design will be aboard our fixed route, paratransit, and MCI fleet. Once these shields are in place, we will eliminate rear door boarding, resume fare collection, and reevaluate our service levels. We are encouraging all of our staff members, our operators, to wear their face shield or mask anytime they are in passenger service. COVID-19 is an ever-changing situation, and we may deem it necessary to make changes as executive orders as well as federal and state guidelines are updated. I'll stop there and take any questions you may have before I go on to the second item that I have.
Any questions from any commissioners? Okay, seeing none, go ahead, Ryan.
Commissioners, we are now starting with our union negotiations. Typically, in the past, the Commission gives us guidance and direction with regards to the wages. As such, we would like to have a special closed meeting next Tuesday afternoon, possibly May 26th, to discuss in greater details those implications. Does Tuesday afternoon work for everyone? And I will follow up by email, of course, but I just wanted to get an idea if Tuesday works. Let's say around 10:30. Yes, it will be same Zoom meeting, virtual.
Zoom meeting or WebEx?
I'm sorry, WebEx.
I don't know if I'll be home Tuesday afternoon or not.
Can Ryan, and I don't know either, can you explain a little bit, is just this what's the expectation and why the need for the closed meeting?
Yeah, so with our union negotiations, the commission gives us guidance as far as capping the wage increase, potential wage increase for our union members. So typically, while we are negotiating, we do the language piece first, and then in the end, we negotiate on wages and benefits. So with the wages piece, the commission gives us guidance as far as how high we can negotiate union wages for our union members. And that's typically done in a closed session.
Is it necessary? I can give you guidance right now. It's going to be a very difficult transition moving forward. I know I can speak on behalf of the city, and it'll be very challenging. So I guess I have faith in there, and I think we have a commissioner on the negotiating team. I think that's Mayor Miller. I think it's just going to be a very challenging year. So the more limited in time, or as a time frame, would probably be the best. But I would say it's going to be tough to do anything that really raises those costs for the commission. And I think especially when you see the massive, almost 15% unemployment out there, and the fact that folks are losing jobs and businesses. I would say the most prudent and fiscally responsible negotiation you can do. I don't think I need a closed meeting for that. I can't speak for the rest of the commissioners, but I would say try to bring us something that's responsible going forward, despite, in fact, based on what the rest of the community is experiencing.
Okay. Any
I don't know if there are if other people feel differently, that's fine. But I'd like to hear maybe we can do that here. I mean, we're given overall parameters, and then if when you bring those back, we can certainly have those discussions. But that's just my opinion. I'd like to hear from some of the other commissioners.
Kurt Hunsinger?
I agree with what Mayor Place just said. I think the unemployment rate is going to be closer to 20% when we see the numbers for the end of May here, probably 20 to 25% even. So I will echo what Dave Place said, what Mayor Place said.
Commissioners, this is Sunny Hess. I just want to make one comment quick. Typically, when negotiations start, there is a closed session to discuss labor negotiation strategies with the Board of Commission. That's what this closed session would be about, just to discuss part of what Ryan said as far as guidelines for wage pieces, but it's really just in general about labor negotiation strategies and how this board wants to see us moving forward. We are looking at a 3-year collective bargaining agreement, and so that's part of this discussion as well. It's not just about this year, it's about going out for the next 3 years. So that would be the reason for the request for that closed session.
Thanks, Sunny. This is Ryan. Appreciate the context. Wondering if, based off the situation that Mayor Place and Mayor Hunsinger have already cited financially for the community, are we able to, I guess, move that to a 1 year, which may not be traditional, but gets us to a likely a more stable point in all of our economies to make a better long-term 3-year deal?
Potentially, but I think that is all part of the stuff that we would want to discuss in that labor negotiation strategy meeting. which really should be done under that closed session so that we can have some more in-depth conversation.
Mayor Plymouth, if I may.
Pardon?
I would say that while I do agree with your comments, likewise with Mayor Hunsinger, I can be available Tuesday afternoon, obviously dependent on the actual time, but wouldn't be opposed to having further strategy conversation as part of that.
Yeah, and I'm like I said, I'm fine. I don't think it'll change anything, and but I'm fine with doing that. Maybe you could, Ryan, look at availability. I think you've got two commissioners that might have a challenge with Tuesday afternoon, so maybe if you can look at maybe a different time in the week, possibly, if that's possible, or just do the possible I guess email out to see what's the best possible date. I mean, that you could have. I clearly want to make sure that if Rick is still that individual that's in those negotiations, that he can make the meeting for sure.
I would feel more comfortable with Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay.
Ryan, I'd be available Wednesday, but it'd have to be before 3 o'clock.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I'm good anytime.
Okay.
Are you going to be coming down, John? Are you going to be coming down from that mountain by then?
Well, I had to find a mountain high enough to get good coverage.
That's good. All right. Well, yeah. If you can just let us know, Ryan, and we can just so you can see the time that's best for all of us. I guess Wednesday or Thursday. That try to accommodate. That would be great.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Anyone else have anything else to add? If not, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
Miller, move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Ryan, can you take the roll call vote on the adjournment?
Keith Weiss,
Aye.
Rick Miller, John Libbert, Ryan Fitzum, Kurt Hunsinger.
Aye.
All right, we are adjourned then officially at 4:25.